and these are the things that you encounter day in and day out, and you still have to maintain a sense of humanity, right? You could either do two things. You could become bitter or you could become better. I chose the latter because one of the things I did early in my incarceration was make a conscious decision to not serve time, but to have time serve me. I made up my mind that if you were going to have me incarcerated for a crime I did not commit, then I was going to take this time and use that cell as if it was an office. I was going to use that school building as if it was a university. And every chance I had to just self-reflect and engage in introspection and do the things that I needed to do to protect my soul, I was going to do it. And I made it my business to do so. And I started delving into material that I probably would never have read, being a free man. I started reading, everything from, philosophy books to, very, very few novels, but I tend to learn from the experiences of others. So autobiographies became my thing, from Quincy Jones to Miles Davis, and just continuously studying, right? And then studying the system and what drives the system and why it has become what it is, from education to the whole system of why educational system looks at a guy in the third grade and determines whether or not he's going to be caught up in the criminal justice system as early as the third grade, right? Based on your reading level, they can determine how many prison beds that they're going to develop. These are things that most people don't know, right? Like 50% of the incarcerated people in New York State, or probably in the country, are living with dyslexia. So they're unable to learn, the basics of education, like reading. And these guys go home and they commit crimes over and over again because they were never corrected. And these same systems that were built on the premise of rehabilitation are draconian in that they do nothing but, steal a person's humanity and allow them to become or looked at as nothing more than a number. Right? You got to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes when they're coming around, they're asking you your name, and they're not asking your name, they're asking you, your numbers, what cell location you're in. They're not calling you Mr. Bryan, they're calling you 60 cell, right? And a lot of people begin to internalize that and lose their sense